Welcome back to JWiz TV. Smash that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Let's get right back to this reaction clip. We right back at No Jumper with it, man. Y'all seen that play that they try to do on Young Ant, man. Adam 22 try to throw King Pill and everybody else in that room alley-oop as they was feeding on it. Young Ant, surveyed the room. He seen the play and he shut the play down before it happened. But let's get right into this clip. Boom.
He came on the podcast, it was weird. He was quiet. He said he was on mushrooms. He was just silent, sitting in this chair, whatever. As the podcast goes, and he's being annoying too, because he was saying how he didn't like the topics, and I'm kind of like, that might be like the most inaccurate thing you could possibly say in that moment, because the topics were actually fire. We had really, really, really good topics. Obviously, a lot of tragedies, but we had very, very important things to discuss. And so he's complaining about the topics. It's kind of weird. And so one topic that just popped into my head, and people on the Reddit and everything are trying to frame this as if I was like really trying to set up an Aunt Hefe King Pill beef, which is not actually my intent there. Hello, Julius. How you doing? That was not really my intent. But I asked and I mentioned, King Pill, you censored some of the disses out of your song. Now I'm going to give you guys the backstory on that is that when I was in New York, I was with Hit a J3, Bombed a Juno, King Pill, and the conversation happened while we were all driving around an SUV together that maybe King Pill should consider censoring out some of the swear words from his, or not swear words, but gang disses from his songs, because in particular there was one diss that could very much be perceived as a diss towards the 8 Trays. However, where King Pill is from,
Adam think he know hood business and gang business, man. Young Aunt Hefe said he know he wasn't dissing 8 Trays, so he could have left that in there. You brung it up and try to compare that he was trying to diss 8 Tray. You put that on the platter and had the energy in the room feeling that type of way, man.
Diss refers to another hood. Now, keep in mind, Aunt Hefe from 8 Tray Gangsta Crip. When I said that he censored out the swears, I didn't mention who, not swears, but gang disses. When I said that, I didn't mention who might be offended. I didn't mention what it was, but very quickly, the Aunt Hefe energy changed. And there's a clip, it's on the No Jumper Instagram, in which...
And how you gonna tell what's gonna offend a man? Young Ant, a grown man, he can hit up King Pill and tell King Pill what he don't like about the song, or if he feels some type of way about the song. Obviously, the song was up and he didn't say nothing about it, and it seemed like no conversation was had. But like I said, Adam 22 stirring up the pot, man.
They kind of turning up, not being super disrespectful to King Pill, but making it clear that he don't mess with that's not cool, etc. Everybody saw it, and then it got very, very, very awkward sitting on this couch, because you have King Pill reading the chat, you have Aunt Hefe reading the chat. They're both facing directly towards the chat and are 100% paying attention to it, reading it, and the chat is going off on King Pill. You ducked it, you tucked your, you use a pussy, you just ranked it, like, etc. You just, everybody going in on King Pill, basically clowning him. A few, maybe 5% acting like Aunt Hefe kind of a bully or whatever. But the overwhelming narrative was, King Pill, you just tucked your between your legs. Anyway, we come to the end of the podcast. And I even noticed Aunt Hefe kind of trying to like be a little cool to King Pill after that, like kind of saying like a few things to him, but for the most part, they didn't really interact. For the rest of the podcast, and King Pill went silent. He barely said a word for the entire rest of the podcast.
Ant did try to be chill, though. There's a couple times he would like respond to what he said in a chill way.
And to be fair, I kind of feel like we saw a little bit of a different version of Aunt Hefe yesterday, because of the fact that he came in no lean, notably, just got in a car accident, or just got a flat tire in his car. And it just felt like we were kind of feeling like a degree of aggression from Aunt Hefe that we hadn't really seen. Like, even when him and Munchie got into like a weird argument about like who's the most violent race, or if black people are bad for each other in society or some shit like that. Like the level that relatively simple argument got to was like kind of intense. Like it kind of ratcheted up the aggression to a degree that I wasn't really expecting. Either way,
dumb for even like responding to it.
Yeah, that got kind of intense too. Either way, podcast ends, and I think everybody's thinking in the back of their head, we got to get these guys out of here in a timely fashion and in a way where nobody has any interaction, whatever. So he was up. So we finish up stuff here. We go out there. As I walk out there, I see that Aunt Hefe is already kind of dipping and that Munchie's like damn near out the door. And the Pomona boys and King Pill are the only ones left, right? No big deal. I'm like, okay, cool. They got out smoothly. That's good. I go. I'm hungry as hell. Start heating up my meal in the microwave. As I'm heating up the meal in the microwave, King Pill comes over to me and he says, yo, what's up with the money for the episode? Because I had actually told King Pill, I was like, listen, like, I want to try you out consistently on the Tuesday show. He said, all right, but bro, I'm broke, so I need money. Like, you know, are you going to be able to pay me? I said, okay, cool. We'll be able to give you a little bit of money for appearance.
Be able to give you a little bit of money. You see how he get down? Airing his business out, man. He told me he broke. He need the money up front. If I'm doing an interview, I need my money up front. Will we think I'm an employee or something?
King Pill starts coming over to me, talking to me about this $200 or whatever the it was. He's saying, yo, like, can you send me that money right now? I said, yeah, you know the group chat that I put you in with Josh? Just text that, and Josh will send it to you by the end of the night. He goes, by the end of the night? He's like, I'm trying to get paid right now. I need that money to get home. And I'm like, you realize that like a lot of people who work here, you know, you get paid like every 2 weeks, every month, whatever, at the end of the week, et cetera. I'm like, it's not like, why are you acting like it's just like the most obvious thing in the world that you're supposed to be getting paid instantly as soon as you finish the podcast? Like, you got to chill. Like, the idea is that you're supposed to be on here consistently, you know, and it's like, why are you putting pressure on me to pay you instantly as soon as, you know, it just like struck me as
I mean, you can see it from that first pick. Look at the body language in the first pick.
Yeah, okay, so let's.
We get to this video footage, man. It's wild work. He airing King Pill out in his business. He don't gotta say all that extra stuff, but you know, he not an employee of No Jumper. He said he want to try the man out. Pause. Then give me my money. Run it. Soon as the episode end, I need my money in my hand. But I guess they got some video footage of his body language and how he was moving after the fact.
Let's press play.
You went on screen, right?
Yeah, obviously. So you see me to the left, and that's King Pill wearing the army fatigues. We love a man in uniform.
Yeah.
And so he's kind of pressing me right now. He's saying, like, you know what? Can you send it right now? I said, Josh can send it. He goes, can you make him send it right now? I'm like, if you want, you could call him. He goes, why can't you call him? He's like, it's your business. You could call him. He's like, just pressing me about like the dumbest possible right now. And those are all his boys.
You see how Shorty had tried to reach out and like grab his hand and tell him to chill too, really subtly?
Yeah. And so, okay, I'm like grabbing my food out of the microwave, right?
I'm going to end that clip there. Y'all be careful with Adam 22, man. He stirred that whole pot up, set up, and tried to backdoor young Ant, and then he turned the play over, and now he set a play on King Pill. That's how Adam move, man. This J-Wiz TV. Comment down below on your thoughts and opinion on this matter. I'm out. Peace.
You took the disses out of the slide remix.
I knew this nigga was
Let's
gonna
talk
bring this
about
shit
it.
up.
Hey, Aunt Hefe, I don't even want to tell you one of the disses that I was in the original slide first.
We ain't doing that one.
Yeah. See, he's kind of like in my face now, right? Look at the way he's walking towards me. Look at the body language. Look how he's like, and then look he just bumped into me, and then I kind of like push him away,